Okay, guys. Well, here's the deal. Apparently, somebody I've been working with here for a little bit went down and out here in the parking lot at McDonald's. His name is Doug. And to recap on Doug, he's been living in this minivan. And I have it from a reliable source that he was hospitalized and his car's been here ever since. So I'm coming around here to check, and there is nobody here. Wow, starting to develop mold and stuff on his dash. Oh man, not cool. All right, well, I think I'm gonna go into McDonald's and ask them if they know his last name, because if he's in the hospital, I'd like to visit him. Do you know what happened? Were you here?
Yeah, I was here when that happened.
But he just fell over it.
Yeah, somebody telling drive-thru that somebody fell and we just called the 911 to get them.
Wow.
But
that was all you know?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys. I guess you could say the first order of business here is to check on to see if this man I met, Doug, yep, well, his car is still here. And hold on, let me clean this up a little bit. Yeah, that's his minivan. Okay. Well, I guess the next step would be to see if he's in it. Last I know, he was in the hospital. Poor guy. Well, I will say this. The arrangement in his vehicle seems to be a little bit different. I don't remember seeing these 12 packs this close to the window. Maybe somebody was in here. Oh Lord. Oh wait. Holy crap. Doug, how you doing, man? Man, I'm so glad to see you. I heard you had an issue the other day.
Yeah, I was in the hospital.
Yeah, no doubt. You fell out in the parking lot? Somebody said it was from diabetes.
Partly.
Partly? Okay.
Not long more than anything.
It's like, well, how are you doing, man?
Okay.
Yeah, how are you feeling?
All right.
I tried calling the hospital to get your information, but I didn't know your last name, so they wouldn't tell me anything. You know, which is really none of my business, but I just wanted to come visit you to see if you were doing all right. I was going to move your car for you, you know, if that would have been okay with you. You know.
Yeah, I wish somebody had roll the windows.
I can't hear you.
I wish somebody had been able to roll the windows up.
Well, you know, I would have done that personally, but the problem is that I'm not going to open up someone's personal property, you know. I didn't know if the keys were here, you know, etc., etc.
The battery was dead too.
Well, there you go. All right.
Nobody came back and did it. But everything in here got wet.
Yeah, I noticed you're developing some, you know, growth on your dash.
I think most of the dust that blew in.
You got a phone in your pocket, and there's a phone on your dash.
Yeah, that's an actual phone.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Wi-Fi with that.
All right. Have you eaten today?
Not yet.
No. Well, you got a loaf of bread sitting there. You got looks like a cooler sitting up there. You got any meats? No. Have you ever used that gift card I gave you 3 weeks ago?
Actually, no.
Well, there you go.
That would actually help.
Well, I mean, that's probably a good idea. If you want to get some ham, turkey, you know, bologna, whatever, cheese. Oh boy. No, I'm just super happy to see you here, because there's a lot of people asking me, you know, how you're doing, and I was like, I don't know, you know, so I can't get any information from the hospital. You know, they're not going to talk to me.
Yeah, my lungs aren't that good.
No.
So every time I get so much, it's like a bad cold, it seems like. My oxygen level drops.
Oh, your O2 level was below average. You know.
When they picked me up and checked me, I was at 88.
88? Yeah, that's pretty low.
It probably wasn't lower than that.
Well, you were in there about a week.
Yeah, that's about normal.
I'm sorry.
That's about normal to get everything straightened up.
That's about normal?
Last time I had a real bad problem with tail and stuff was like that now. It's 3 weeks.
Wow.
And I was out of it for 2 weeks.
Well, I went here to talk to the manager and the whole deal. And they said, yeah, they called 911 and, you know, the whole 9 yards, and I was worried about you. And then I seen the van here still, and I was like, okay, well, at least it hasn't been towed yet, because I was worried about it getting towed.
They're pretty good about not towing it.
Well, that's great, but...
They even sent somebody out here to check on me when I came back.
Okay. How long you been back?
Just a day or two.
A day or two? Okay. All right. So, is there anything I can do for you? You want any waters? If you're pre-diabetic, what's going on with all the 12 packs of Coke and Dr. Pepper?
Not perfect.
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is it's like
I know, I'd have been driving.
the next time you need to use a restroom here, you know, I don't want you to be looking at another trip to the emergency room. You know, personally speaking, you know, you're a grown man, you can make your own decisions, but all right. Well, I don't know what I can ask you. Yeah.
I've mostly been getting those to split them with the guy who goes and gets stuff for me.
Yeah.
Help pay.
Is that the guy that brings you down to Greater Works in Providence? Yeah. Okay. In the white vehicle? Okay. Well, I probably know him if I see him, but I've never, you know, met him necessarily. Maybe I have. I don't know. But, all right. Well, man, give me some. I'm just happy to see that you're alive and breathing. I wasn't sure, man.
Fortunately, one of the DoorDash people who run there all the time noticed me laying aware.
Wow. All right. So you're in pretty good shape? I mean, you say you got a dead battery?
Well, I had one when I came back. I don't know why.
You don't know why? You were gone a week.
Yeah, that's probably.
Well, that'll do it. You know, it's
Especially as low as mine usually stays.
Well, yeah, you got to minimize your opportunity to use it. Oh, by the way, just to let you know, that gift card, you can use that down the street to get gas at the other Walmart. You know,
I just can't drive this thing down there because it ain't legal.
I'm sorry?
I just can't drive this down there because it ain't legal on the road.
It's not legal? Well, I guess if it's not legal on the road, it's not going to be legal sitting in the parking lot.
Actually, it is.
All right. Okay.
It's a lot different in the parking lot. That's why you can take your underage son or something, let them drive, and the cops can't say nothing about it.
Okay.
And I'm talking to the cops about it.
Well, you're talking about getting someone else to drive your vehicle? No, I mean to help you like move. I guess my question is maybe I got confused. You said it's not illegal to have, you know, a underage.
I can drive it all over the parking lot.
Right, on private property.
Totally.
Yeah.
I don't drive on the road.
Right. Okay. Well, fair enough.
Been here for a while.
Yeah, I know. You've been here quite a spell. Well, all right. I was just gonna come check on you. Like I said, I talked to the manager, and you know, they couldn't give me much. You know, just the fact that you did go to the hospital, and it's really none of my business as to what happened, you know, personally. But all right, cool. Well, as long as you're back in charge and you got everything under control. So, are you feeling better?
Yeah.
You got some medications?
Oh, yeah. Come up with that.
Oh, yeah.
The bus right
No doubt, no doubt. Okay, young man. All right. Well, is there anything I can do for you?
No, I'm doing all right.
Okay. Like I said, you got the gift card. You got a loaf of bread there before it, develops any issues. There's, use that gift card. Maybe get some ham and cheese, or whatever you like. Just a thought. So.
Probably save it more for stuff I can't get food.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna try to save it more for stuff I can't get food.
Yeah. Well, that's good for anything in the store. I mean, besides alcohol, cigarettes, tobacco, that type of thing. But no big deal. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, man. Once again, give me some. No, I'm just glad to see you. I'm glad you're doing all right, because a lot of people were worried about you. Yeah. So.
It's gonna be a tight month though. I got my food stamps messed up.
Yeah. Do you get a check?
Well, I get a food stamp.
That's it? You haven't recertified?
Well, I'm certified, and I was supposed to call another, but I'm having so much problem getting on that site. It won't take my password. It says password. But then later,
well,
after a while, you'll get it and it'll go right in.
Might be worth just calling them. Obviously, that's some living stuff. That's a serious thing.
I didn't know what it is. Get in there to find out. They'll tell you that. They'll say, well, you got a message in there, and I can't get it.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's one of those cycles that you can't get out of. All right. Well, then I'll leave you to your business. I'm just glad to see you, man. Because I was going to come to the hospital and see if you wanted me to move your core. Just somewhere, 200 feet, no big deal. Just to get out of this spot. But all right, cool. All right, I'll talk to you soon. I come by here quite a bit, so I'm sure. Well, hopefully I don't see you again. I mean, I'm just talking in the sense that maybe things will get better.
Be nice.
Well, yeah. You got any plans?
I'm trying to get my disability going.
Yeah. You got the applications in place and the whole deal?
Yeah, I got to get one lawyer to give to another lawyer. That's thinking of it. Find a lawyer.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess good luck on that. Hey, if I stop by again, in the next, day or two or 3 or 4 or 5, is it all right if I stop and talk to you?
Sure.
Okay, cool. All right, buddy. Well, please be safe. Man, you had a bunch of myself and a bunch of my friends, were worried about you. And they constantly ask, it's like, what's going on with Doug? And it's like, I don't know. But, all right, I'll talk to you soon. All right. Oh, wow. What a joy to see him back. That's pretty freaking awesome. There's no doubt. I'm surveying the property here. What's going on? It's 70 degrees out and nobody's here. Well, at the same time, that's could be a good thing. All right, we're gonna sign off for now.
Ain't that America? Something to see, baby. Ain't that